probably the most important thing. First of all, I want to say how happy I am to be here to help Sam Bennett. She's a great candidate for Congress, but I think there are a lot of candidates who have different approaches to campaigns. I have rarely seen a candidate for Congress who has as much of a focus on not just the issues, but the solutions to problems. A very specific and detailed set of ideas, the likes of which you rarely see in any campaign, but especially in a race for Congress. The detail with regard to energy and the environment, and the economy, the terrible economy we're living through, whether it's here in the Lehigh Valley, it's been difficult here, but in other parts of the state it's been even more difficult, whether it's foreclosures or job loss. Far too many people, thousands in this region, have lost their jobs just in the last year. And we have to make sure that the people that we elect to Congress understand those problems, have specific solutions for those problems, and are going to vote the right way. And she's already demonstrated that as a candidate, and I look forward to working with her in Washington when she's in the House of Representatives. The most important thing we can do today, though, sitting here, is to listen. And I wanted to make sure that we had testimony from people that are able to give us an insight into your own lives, your own.
I have to look at the fact that and hopefully, my father lived to be 98. I'm 82. That gives me a long time to go yet. So am I going to have enough in the long run? I may be able to get along with it in the short run one way or another. But out at the other end, this can be a real problem.
Thank you very much for that.
I'm not nearly as old as he is.
She thought she was going to say that?
No, she didn't. But it's the truth.
Because we've seen retirement security go right down the drain for too many families. You shouldn't have to, you work your whole life, you shouldn't have to worry about this. Everyone has worries in retirement. This should not be one of them. And part of that is regulation, part of that is more transparency in the marketplace. And I know that Sam has some ideas based upon her own experience and based upon the ideas that she has set forth in the campaign.
Absolutely. The answer. Now, in my year and a half, year and 3/4 now, Senator, running for U.S. Congress, I've made hundreds of phone calls a day. And whenever I had the privilege of talking to someone in the financial sector, my first question to them was not, will you support my run for Congress? Not, would you be willing to financially invest in my race? But rather, tell me what I need to know about what has gone wrong. To regulation in the financial markets, and particularly in the mortgage industry, we have to make sure that we keep Social Security strong and here for all of our retirees in the years to come. So with that, I'd like to pass the baton over to Helen. Now, Helen owns a small business, she and her husband, called G&G Amusements, and has weathered many an economic storm. But Helen, I'm not to put words in your mouth, but I think you told me this was the worst you've seen it.
You know, I'm in actually the outdoor amusement business, which is the carnival business. And every 4 years when it's election year, we all the parties say to each other, we're not making money because it's election year. But this year, we didn't make any. I mean, this was unbelievable. I think, to me, when you take your little kids to a carnival, it's the happiest place in the world because the kids having a good time and the mother and the father, they're reacting with one another. A kid's going to remember that evening more than anything in the world. You know, that's my opinion. And he's going to remember he won a stuffed animal and he got popcorn and even the cotton candy stands, they're not making money with the popcorn stands. And the people that sell the funnel cakes, they had to go way up on their prices because of the flour. So everything, and yet you still can't charge that much. Yesterday, the profits that the company made, $24 billion. Hello, why didn't I get that?
That's good.
Well, one of the things that Sam Bennett has talked about in the campaign is saying to the big oil companies, look, you had it pretty good, and we gave you a lot of tax money, and you plowed that tax money into your own profits, and you didn't help us diversify our sources of energy. One thing that Sam has talked about that I've supported in the Senate, and a lot of other people have supported, is the idea oil companies are gonna continue to look to our taxpayers for help, they better diversify and help us diversify into renewable sources of energy. We've gotta use the tax code and any incentive possible so that we can have renewable sources of energy that are diverse, whether it's solar or wind or biodiesel or a whole list of renewable sources of energy. Sam has talked about that in the campaign. She's made that a central priority on her, what we call E3.
Yeah, you're very good.
Which is very important, and I was gonna ask Helen about, in terms, just from the vantage point of a small business owner, what has been your number one or number two stress? Is it a combination of
Every,
yeah.
it's stressful
How,
here.
how about health?
We have to pay our own.
Yeah, has that gone up much in the last 2 or 3 years?
Well, you know, I'll tell you something, where I go with my family doctor, he doesn't accept my health care, which I'm really mad about. So I have to find a new doctor. I pay, my last time I went, I'm on statin drugs, and I had to pay $110 for an office visit. So I wasn't really happy about that now too, but we have to bring businesses back to America, whatever we do, we have to do that, that should be one of our first priorities.
Well, I think Sam's got she's got a good combination of business experience. She's a wife and mother, and she's also someone with a lot of good ideas, so that's a good combination to bring to Congress. We could use more of that.
Well, one thing I can share to both you, Helen, as you, Senator, as a 20-year small business owner and 5-year corporate manager, and in my years of nonprofit leadership, it's clear to me we have to put those incentives in place to encourage homeowners to put those solar panels on their roofs, to make sure that happens. But if we give manufacturers those incentives so they take this building and start making solar panels here, guys, we can do this. And the contractors install those solar panels, and the homeowners put them on their homes. We've created a whole new industry right here in the United States with high-paying jobs right here at home, with homegrown energy right here at home. And the studies show that jobs created through the renewable energy manufacturing industry, you get a lot more jobs, Senator, invested in that than you do giving that same amount of money to the oil industry. A lot more better paying jobs. So, Helen, your points are terrific.
They used to sell more houses than went on the market. Now, 100 houses are going on the market and only 4 are coming out. So, it's the same old story. And I had 2 buyers, couldn't get one. You know, first they were giving them out like nothing. Now today, they're telling you gotta have too much money down. So that hurts me because I can't sell.
You have to fight pretty hard. But I have to say that when I looked at Sam's ideas for all of these areas, whether it's the economy, the environment, or energy, what she has outlined in this campaign very specifically is that they're not separate, that they are, that you have to have one strategy for all, because we realize now, because of the wonders of technology, because of the great American ingenuity, and just as Helen was talking before about an idea that she had, we've got plenty of ideas, plenty of people have come up with brilliant ideas, but what we don't have is a strategy to implement them. That's why Sam's E3 strategy works well, because it says to America, we can do several things at once, which we didn't think we could do 20 years ago. We can create high-paying jobs, and it's especially timely because when she's in the House, I believe she's going to have a Democratic president. On her ideas and her experience. So Sam, best of luck in the remaining days in office. The economic challenges they face in their lives, whether it's retirement security, we heard from Woody and Marilyn about that, whether it's high gas prices, high energy prices, we heard from both Helen and Vince on those issues, as well as the crisis in our financial system that arose from the mortgage foreclosure crisis. So all of these problems have combined to make it very difficult for families to make ends meet, retirees to live with the peace of mind they should be able to live with in their retirement years. that I, as a United States Senator, listen, and Sam running for the Congress is listening, is because the ideas won't come from Washington. What Sam has shown in this campaign is an ability to listen to people and to propose specific ideas on the solutions to the economic crisis, on the issue of making sure that our energy policy is consistent with growing green jobs and reducing our dependence on foreign oil and keeping our environment clean. She has articulated a set of ideas which I have rarely seen in a race for Congress. It demonstrates that she's not only been an effective candidate, but will be an effective member of the United States House of Representatives.